Hello, hello, successful souls. Now, this is a special Mindset Mastery Monday because it's also being featured as a spiritual success podcast episode. So, the reason I decided to do this is because today's topic is so important. And also, it's really going to highlight the value of the information that's going to be in our upcoming workshop that's going to be hosted this week, aligning with the frequency of wealth. So, it's really interesting. Because when you become a woman who really is a metaphysical woman, you have a metaphysical mindset, you understand that you are completely supported. Nothing is a coincidence. Nothing's happening to you. Everything's happening for you, by you. Now, whether you're a person who likes to, look at the unseen world as things that are happening through God, or if you're somebody who likes to label it more as something that's happening by universe, let's talk about this for a second. When we talk about God, you can often hear that God loves unconditionally. Unconditionally, which means it doesn't matter who you are or what you do, no matter what, God is going to love you neutrally. God is neutral when we say that God loves unconditionally. Now, if you're somebody who studies the universe and loves learning the laws of the universe and how the things in the unseen world work, well, we would say that the universal laws are neutral as well. Why? Because they're consistent. They work the same way for everyone, no matter who you are, where you're at. Gravity, what goes up must come down. It works the same way for me as it does my husband, Joey, as it does for Brad Pitt or a homeless person, right? It's not like sometimes when you let go of, a pen, it's going to float in the air. Every single time it's consistent. No matter who you are, where you're at, it's going to work the same way. Therefore, the laws are neutral. So it's really important in order to see through the eyes of God or to work with the ways of the universe that we too become neutral, which means not really having all these thoughts. We must learn how to control our thoughts so that our thoughts don't control us. Because very often when our thoughts control us and we don't decide to have them be depolarized and neutral, we end up feeding fear. We feed doubt. We forget to feed our inner feminine beast, and we let our thoughts become our worst own enemies. We self-sabotage. We get excited about an idea and we're ready to commit, but then all the thoughts creep in. And that's where your ego is not really your amigo. So when it comes to the idea of really being supported, we go first, the universe responds. This is the law of cause and effect. But also knowing that nothing is created, nothing is destroyed. That means everything that I want and desire already exists. And how freeing is that? Because you don't have to create that thing. You have to align with it. But aligning means doing something different than what you already are doing now, which often means you have to do something that makes you uncomfortable. It's not actually that it's scary. It's just different. And different when it comes to our egos is always labeled as scary. I have learned that my fear, though, is my GPS. If your goals don't scare you, they're not big enough. And nothing really is scary. Once you do the thing, you're like, it really wasn't that bad. It's just the fact that it was different, that we get uncomfortable. We get the butterflies in our bellies. We get our chest gets all flustered. We feel ourselves sweating, right? But think about everything that you ever did that kind of made you nervous. You do it over and over again, and it gets easier. And that thing you do over and over again because it's getting you growth. It's getting you growth. So if you were to pivot and you were to shift and take a different aligned action, you're going to get aligned results. But a lot of times, most people won't make these shifts. I'd like to go back to an example that I've taught before, all about radio waves. Okay. Now for radio waves, you cannot see radio waves, but we take them for granted because it's pretty amazing that you can be on the other side of the world and you can hear somebody's voice because it travels along the frequency of the radio waves, right? This thing you cannot see, but just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Am I right? Well, let's say you have a favorite radio station, and on this station, you love everything. You love the music, You love the hosts because they make you crack up the entire time. They're always playing your jam, right? It's like, every one of the people that are on this talk show, you feel like they're friends with you. You've been listening to them for years. It's great. You even like the commercials because you're like, yes, how do you know these are the things I want to buy? Sell me more, right? Because you love the station so much. When you are tuned in, tapped in, and aligned with the frequency of this radio wave, you can clearly hear and receive all of the information that you desire when on this vibration. Now, if you were to change the radio station, of course, it might get a little staticky until you get to the next station where things are clearly coming in. But if you're on a different station, perhaps it's country music, right? I love country music, but what if it was country music and you don't like country music? All of a sudden now you're hearing music you don't like. You're hearing, all these like advertisements about, pickup trucks and bourbon and the rodeo tickets on sale in your nearby farm. You're like, this is so not me. Well, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to keep receiving information on that station at that frequency that you're aligned with? Or are you going to do something about it? Are you going to shift? Are you going to pivot? Are you going to take aligned action and change the frequency to go to where it is that you can receive everything and allow it to come to you and through you? You see, you have to shift the vibration. But just because you're on the country station doesn't mean that your station doesn't still exist. 100% it does. In fact, you don't have to create it at all. You just need to learn how to shift your frequency to align with it, So what happens next? Well, okay, I'll shift. I see why I should shift. I want to shift. I'm going to shift. I'm not quite sure because I haven't done before, perhaps. So then we feed the doubt. And all these stories come to mind. That area is different. What if I get lost and go the wrong way? And what if there's too much static comes in? And what if it's not the same? Or what if? Well, you have to master the what if. Instead of saying what could go wrong, start training your brain to say what could go right. And here's the thing. If I was to ask you whether you are a person who really, believes in God, or if you're a person who really believes in the ways of the universe and universal law, can I say to you, do you believe? Do you believe in God? Many of my listeners, because you're here listening to Spiritual Success, like, heck yeah, 100%. Yes, I believe in God. Okay, great. But what is a belief? A belief is a thought that you think over and over again. It's a story that you've told yourself based on your conditioning. So let's go even deeper. Instead of saying you believe in God or believe in universal law, can you say that you're a woman who knows that there is a God who loves unconditionally? Yeah, you can. Let me see those comments. Yes, I'm a woman who knows. Now, if you know, and you can say with unshakable faith, not even faith, unshakable knowingness that there is indeed a God, or indeed universal laws that govern our universe, where everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be. Everything is consciousness. Why in the world are you acting like a woman who doesn't know? So if you know there's a God, but you're too nervous to do something, why? Because a woman who knows that she's loved unconditionally, who knows that she's the child of God, who knows that she is supported mentally, spiritually, financially, energetically, and entirely, why would you not do the thing to get out of your comfort zone, to make the shift? Even if something goes wrong, is there really right? Is there really wrong? No. You do not quit. You will not fail. You're consistently being supported and learning exactly what you need to learn right now in order to become the best and better version of yourself. So why play small? Why doubt? Why question yourself? Knowing 100% that you're always supported. The universe has your back. God's got you. Why stay put? Why stay listening to the things you don't want on this station? Why not be the woman who does reach out, who gets it done and sees it through and makes the internal shifts in her frequency to align? Again, you don't have to create anything in this world. You align with it. So listening to all of you, again, it's so important for me that I'm not thinking of what you want. I'm knowing what you want. And so that's why I've decided this week, February 3rd, which is Thursday, I am hosting a masterclass that used to only be paid. We used to offer this class at $200 and now is complimentary. I'm bringing it to you because I feel that God is asking me to bring this information there for you. You are so supported. You are so loved. And it's your job to lift the veil and really ask yourself, are you practicing what you preach? Not just, talking the talk, but walking the walk. Being a woman who knows she's supported and knowing that you can work with laws to create anything, not create, but align with anything that it is that you desire. So what do we desire? Well, wealth. It's not just about being rich, okay? I enjoy being rich. I enjoy having money, but it's about having wealth. Wealth in all areas, which to me really means having a surplus of all things that are good in my life. So on February 3rd, when we get started, we're going to really be covering within this workshop, which again, used to be paid, but now it's complimentary, how to embody your inner feminine beast and attract the frequency of money with flow and ease. Have money be magnetized to you. Again, as a woman who a few years ago was bankrupt to now becoming a self-made multimillionaire, I figured out how to do this. And now I know how to teach this. Even in starting this company, to go from completely fired from my corporate position, becoming in 4 months, a 6-figure company, multi 6 and 6. And then starting our 8th month, having consistent $70,000 cash month, which means for this year, our second year business, we are trending to be a 7-figure company. I want to talk about how to do this, but also how to gain support of the universe and creating a new standard for yourself on how to create consistent monthly income. But also, let's be honest, cash is queen, right? A lot of times they say cash is king. In our world, we say cash is queen. So I want to teach you not only how to have a new standard of a monthly income, but also to be able to create large cash infusions now for yourself. And again, really how to visualize and bring money from the spiritual and the mental realm down here into the physical. So let's talk about how a lot of people say, well, money is energy. Well, what does that mean? Let me show you. Let me teach you. Let me really help you to understand how money is a currency and how it comes and magnetizes to the right woman when she's in alignment. Again, just like the radio station, if you're somewhere not getting what you want, it's your job to pivot the frequency so that you can get into a frequency where you align with receiving all of the information that you desire, or in this case, all of the wealth that you desire. It's going to be good, y'all. It's going to be a good time. And I'm so excited. My inner feminine is going to be showing up. I know you're going to be showing up. So again, this is happening February 3rd, Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, what we've done is we're going to be hosting this inside a special Facebook group. My team is here sharing that link with you right now so you can come and join that group. I like doing these pop-up groups. And again, if you're listening to the podcast, the links will be down below in the description for today's episode. But I like doing these pop-ups because I want to know who's here. I don't like, having, a huge group, because inside the Spiritual Success Shorty Facebook group, there's over 4,500 women now. I want to make sure if you are coming to this masterclass that I'm here to support you, answer your questions, get to know you. I am connecting with so many of you. I've had the privilege of meeting so many of you recently by having quick phone calls. And I want to know what is you're excited to learn and how I can support you and where you are stuck, so I can help you to make shifts and pivots. So I've been getting to know so many of you. My team is inside there. But what we're doing this time that's a little bit different is not only are we hosting it inside this Facebook group, we're actually going to be doing it live on Zoom and streaming into the Facebook group. So if you're somebody who likes, kind of quietly observe, cool, watch it on Facebook and comment there. Or if you like, I would love to virtually spend time with you face-to-face. This is the first time ever that we're hosting a complimentary workshop in a Zoom. It's going to be awesome. So I want to see you answer your questions. And again, on the 4th, so the 3rd, we're going to be doing the lesson. On the 4th, I'm hosting a whole Q&A so I can support you in answering your questions when it comes to magnetizing money and aligning with the frequency of wealth. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, a very special giveaway that we're doing is, one, you need to make sure that you're connecting with my teammate, Karina. Okay, she's here to support you. She's going to make sure that she gets you the worksheets to attend for this event and to get the Zoom link. The only way to get the Zoom link and come join me in this live teaching is through Karina. So make sure that you are connecting with her. You can find her inside our Facebook group. Once you come and join, she'll be the first person welcoming you, gets to know you, loading you with resources, and making sure that you have, again, your worksheets and the Zoom link. But also what we're doing is something really fun. In order, to really create a huge ripple effect, to create a greater impact, and to truly leave a legacy, we're asking for your help. And for you helping, we want to thank you. So we're doing a fun little giveaway for this particular workshop, again, aligning with the frequency of wealth. Once you're inside our Facebook group where we're hosting this, there's that little invite button that you can click. It says invite + at the very top. Click that, and right away, you're going to see an entire list of all of your friends on Facebook. Which of your friends do you think can benefit from learning how to attract more money into their life? Can you think of anybody that you know that would love to magnetize wealth into their everyday existence? You could think of a friend or two. Do you have that entrepreneur girlfriend who does all the doing and is, crushing it, but knows that she has so much more value that she's just waiting to monetize and attract the perfect clients to her? Or if you have that executive woman who is really just climbed to the very tippity top of the ladder, where it's like there's not much more room for growth, I promise you, there's so much more potential. It's just learning how to change, pivot, and align with it. Then these are the girlfriends you want to be inviting. These are your peers, your mentors, your friends that you want to come and have and hang out with you. Be accountable for each other for this event. Because again, this used to be a paid event that we're now offering complimentary. So it's going to be so much value there. So what you do is when you invite your friends, we can see internally on our side who is inviting who. So what we're going to do is for the winner who invites the most people, and here's the fun part, all of your friends that you invited, we're going to make sure you come and join the ladies inside the Spiritual Success Experience, which is my 12-month container where I help you to master your mindset, your meditation, metaphysics, and manifestation, which of course is money as well. We're going to have you come and join our group next month in February, and you're going to be there for what we call our Inner Feminine Beast Accountability Power Hour. This is when we get together and we support each other in creating that blueprint strategy, that vision for our upcoming month, so that we know exactly what we need to do to implement and delegate to get our goals here now. I want to show you, and again, I would love to come knock on your door and sit next to you personally, but this is the next best thing. I'd love to show you how you can really create a vision to get clarity, to hyperspeed your results. I want to be there to support you on Zoom with all the other women in my container, helping you to make sure that you are taking the right steps. And I'm there to support you along the way. You're going to learn how to make the most of your precious, precious asset, your time, so that you can get done so much in 1 hour. We all have the same 24 hours. Let me show you how I've been able to hyperspeed my results and get so much success when it comes to money and results in my business. It's through alignment. It's through self-discipline, integrity, and working with the ways of the universe and really managing my time. I'm going to invite you to come join us for this hour session and all the friends that you invite. So thank you for your support and helping us. I cannot wait. This event is going to be off the chains. It's, really going to be packed with tons of value, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be different than most of my other sessions because we're hosting on Zoom. I'm going to be sharing some other videos with you. I'm going to be sharing my screen with you. I'm going to be presenting in a different style, and I'm excited to show that. Again, this is something that was over $200, now complimentary. And the more we can share it with, the more that we're going to be able to create that impact. So thank you for participating. Thanks for joining. Any questions that you have, you can contact me, on Facebook. You can write into our team info at cynthiastant.com. And once you come and join the group, Karina is there. You can see she's happy to support you with everything, getting you the worksheets, the Zoom links, and reminding you on how to participate on the special giveaway, which will be announced when we are live at the event February 3rd. Acknowledge it. embrace it, see it through.